Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are back with another episode of the GTA 6 podcast. I'm joined here with my co-host Jerry. Of course, I am Somehotcookies. Jerry, how are you doing today?
Good man, good man. Excited to talk more Grand Theft Auto finally again after maybe almost 2 months. So
Yeah.
it's still just breadcrumbs we're picking up, but hey, we're here.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was really convinced that we were going to get more news, traction, just something before the end of the year, but
Yeah.
hey, I guess Rockstar, maybe, they've been down this road before. Maybe they've got some master plan that we're just not aware of and stuff. So I guess for now, let's just let them cook and see what's going on. But today we finally got some news, and actually some pretty cool and interesting news about Grand Theft Auto 6 as a whole. Last week we went ahead and had another Take-Two Interactive kind of fiscal earnings report that we're going to break down here. We've had someone trying to go ahead and make the GTA 6 map in GTA 5, which is interesting to say the least. And then we've gone ahead and seen that Rockstar just, I believe, yesterday has made an official Discord for Rockstar's community, covering stuff like Red Dead Redemption Online, Red Dead Redemption itself, along with GTA and its series as an entirety, with a lot of cool posts and stuff in between, and even a tab for announcements. So that itself is going to be really cool as well. And we may have even narrowed down the release window for Grand Theft Auto 6 with help of the earnings report and yesterday's state of play. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, definitely make sure to stick around as we break into today's episode. First and foremost, Jerry, did you end up tuning in to the Take-Two Interactive earnings call?
No, I did not. But I was, hearing the buzz about it beforehand. A lot of people I know were really hoping that we would get some clarity, and there was a little bit of clarity given, not as much as I guess people were hoping, but there was some, there was a silver lining at the end of it.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go ahead and break this down. We do have, I guess, what you could call the key takeaways of the Take-Two Interactive earnings call here. And basically, here they kind of reaffirmed their lineups and scheduled releases for this year. And of course, the most major part that you want to pay attention to is, of course, Grand Theft Auto 6 itself, still being confirmed and reconfirmed for fall of calendar 2025. Now, Jerry, they're saying it's going to come out. They're pushing it in these meetings that it's going to come out. Are you still personally convinced that fall of 2025 is for sure going to be when we see GTA? Or are you looking for some harder evidence, like maybe say a trailer or something?
I mean, at this point, we have to go on on their word. They have to go on faith, because really there's not much that they have shown to really convince us with facts that it's still coming fall 2025, but they keep saying it. They have never said anything to the contrary. And like you said, this one just took place, and they reaffirmed that once again, fall of 2025 is the release, and we're 2 months into 2025. So apparently they're very confident about it. It's just maybe, like you said, they got something cooking that anybody else would have been like, okay, we need to see more marketing by now. We need to see more facts. But they probably just know it's a slam dunk regardless. So maybe even though they know it is going to come out this year, they're almost going to hold out till just the very last, just a few months of marketing maybe is all they think they need. But yeah, if we're taking them at their word, it is. But of course, the evidence doesn't really, support it, because there just hasn't really been any evidence almost whatsoever. But yeah, I'm going to take them at their word that it is going to come out this year. They just probably have a unique marketing plan, I guess.
Yeah, for me personally, I mean, this is the way I see it, right? I could be a cynic, at this point, because I've had a lot of faith up to now. I've gone through theories. We've listened to other people's theories on the matter. I mean, the whole moon thing. I thought maybe during Christmas time they would share at least some screenshots or something. We've gotten nothing of the like. So now I'm going into my cynic phase, I guess you can call it. I'm actually personally not convinced that fall of 2025 is going to be there. Now, I don't have any real rhyme or reason other than, like we've stated, there's been no marketing, no push, no trailer, no nothing. Even going off of my own personal theory, April and May would be kind of like the time where maybe the marketing picks up. But at this point, it would have to be like a trailer, and not only a trailer, it also probably have to include like pre-order now at the end of the trailer in order for like their push to come full circle. I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, Take-Two, Rockstar, they don't need a lot of time to push something. I mean, they could stealth drop this game tomorrow and it'll probably sell gangbusters, right? But
Yeah.
it's just the way I'm seeing it, I at this point am not writing off that this game will get delayed until I see a trailer. When I see a trailer that says even reaffirming fall 2025 again, I'll feel a little bit more confident, even though it's been delayed before with the trailer beforehand too. But I need to see something again. I don't know what it is. I need to have eyeballs that this has progressed a little bit further or something, and that they're going to go ahead and actually release it during the fall. Later on during this presentation, through some of the PDF files for the presentation, they had a whole section dedicated to just the Grand Theft Auto series as a whole. And at the very first block at the top, at the very bottom, it says Grand Theft Auto 6 is still planned to release in fall of calendar 2025. And then I saw something interesting. I was actually looking for this specific PowerPoint presentation here, this slide, and I came across something else. I went on to Take-Two's official site, and I was looking for it, and I went to a wrong page, but it was still talking about the release of GTA 6. And at the very bottom, they had this section at that same page. I'll read it word for word for you guys. It says, cautionary note regarding forward-looking statements. The statements contained herein, which are not historical facts, include statements relating to Take-Two Interactive Software Incorporated, Take-Two, the company, we, us, or similar pronouns, outlook, are considered forward-looking statements under federal security laws and may be identified by words such as anticipates, believes, estimates, expects, intends, plans, potentials, predicts, projects, seeks, should, will, or words of similar meaning, and include but are not limited to statements regarding the outlook for our future business and financial performance. Essentially, it's a lot of layman terms for saying, like, any way that us Take-Two describe our future in any of these words or anything similar should be, like, taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And then in the highlighted section I have here says, such forward-looking statements are based on current beliefs of our management as well as assumptions made by the information currently available to them, which are subject to inherent uncertainties, risks, and changes in circumstances that are difficult to predict. Basically, we can't see the future, so we're just giving you our best general synopsis of how we think our future is going to roll out. Actual outcomes and results may vary materially from these forward-looking statements based on a variety of risks and uncertainties, including risks relating to our combination of Zynga. And then they list a ton of other ways that, like, it relates to the real-world stuff. They literally list out, like, geopolitical problems, inflations in other countries and in the United States. But the last point here in this highlighted section says, it also is affected by our dependencies on our NBA 2K and Grand Theft Auto products and our ability to develop other hit titles. So basically, they even specifically go into mention not only NBA 2K being one of their highest grosses, IPs that they own and have, but also Grand Theft Auto in general. So in that blanket statement, they're essentially saying, like, look, Grand Theft Auto in specific is even harder for us to predict, so we're covering ourselves in this cautionary note regarding forward-looking statements. So it is not 100%, even though they're saying it in these presentations and on these slides, that it is going to be fall 2025, but it is, to their best abilities as of right now, still within that means that they're projecting the game to come out under. What are your thoughts relating to all of this that I kind of put forward to you?
It's just a way for, like you said, as of now, they believe so. Whether that's really the intent? Like, if that's, I don't know. We just have to take their word for it that they really do truly believe that it's still going to come out this year. We just haven't seen facts for the to really support that, or really to support a delay either. So we just haven't seen anything. Um, but it's basically a way to cover them to say, like you said, at the end of the day, take anything we say here with a giant grain of salt until something, if like really materializes, or you see a release date or something. Um, Pretty much, you just have to kind of take our word for it at the moment. That's what I mainly gather from here. Um, but um, but yeah, man, that's what I see.
But by all intents and purposes, they're reiterating that fall's coming. I think their
Mhm.
CEO has come out on interviews and said he truly thinks they're on the right track for a fall 2025 release as well. So at this point, there's no real reason to doubt them. Like I said, I'm kind of just more on cynic mode. Like, I need to see something. Like, I need my eyeballs and ears to just witness GTA's greatness again in a trailer too. Even screenshots would have had me more positive, but being so far into 2025, already 2 months in, we haven't even had an episode for 2 months for this very reason. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, we need some sort of development to take place for me to be like, yes, I now truly believe 2025. Kind of going into this next point here, from I'm assuming the leaks and rumors, Jerry, you kind of turned me on to this story. I believe it was like 2 or 3 days ago. Apparently, as IGN has written here, a Grand Theft Auto superfan is recreating the GTA 6 map in GTA 5. So, I looked a little bit into this story, and essentially, it sounds like from the mapping project that's taking place from GTA 6, from the leaks that happened back in the early 2020s,
Yeah.
and also just from stuff that's been revealed from the trailer and everything, they're basically trying to make like as much as he can accurately the map in GTA 5 using assets from only GTA 5. Because something that I was seeing in this interview that IGN did with the YouTuber named Darkspace that's trying to take on this project is they pointed out like a lot of these remakes and stuff, they're basically taken down by Rockstar because they infringe on some copyright. Like I know one of them was like they remade Vice City in GTA 4 or something like that, and they're like, well, that's a remake of the game, so of course they're taking that down. And then another one was like, oh, okay, you're remaking GTA 4 in GTA 5's assets. So of course you're remaking the game, so they're taking it down. But I don't see any difference with this because they're saying like I'm only using assets in GTA 5 to remake what we know of GTA 6 so far. But like Rockstar doesn't need a reason to go ahead and just get rid of something that they deem is like an infringement, right? Can't they just be like, hey, this mod is a no-go because you're taking basically rights that we'll have in the future for GTA 6 and you're exposing it out to the public and we don't want that. I guess you could make the same argument for the mapping project, but I just feel like when it's more, I guess, visceral, when it's right there in the game that anyone can get their hands on through a mod, I just feel like it's something that they would strike down anyways. Do you have any initial thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's very interesting because, like you said, at the end of the day, do they really need a legitimate reason, or do they just have the ability to just, kind of kill any sort of modding project regardless? Because really, if you think about it, like this user saying, they're just using assets from GTA 5. There's no external assets. There's nothing like, anything of that sort. So it kind of is just like, if you think about it, um, oh look, I'm just rearranging assets that already exist in GTA 5. They just so happen to maybe resemble, what we could be getting in the next game.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, you're just like, oh, that's, and of course we know it's because they're using information from, like you said, the mapping project, maybe things they saw in the GTA 6 trailer, taking all the information and compiling it to the best of their ability. But if it's just GTA 5 assets that just happen to fall into, to look a certain way, I mean, you don't really have. I mean, like you said, can they just shut down any modding project? Probably. but at least they're going about it the right way. It's no external assets. It's nothing. I mean, I don't really see the harm in it. But basically, at the end of the day, it's just going to be, you know, just inspired by, and it's going to be interesting, like you said, to maybe see, somebody tour around it and just give us something to go on, because obviously officially like we've mentioned, we really don't have anything. So honestly, even something like a PC mod tour of a map inspired by what GTA 6 could look like you state right here in this graphic. I mean, it's going to be probably 2 to 2.5 times larger, so there's no way it could be accurate. The only way you could really label it is inspired by. So I see no harm to it, and honestly, I can't wait to see it. Just to kind of have something to look at that's inspired by the upcoming game.
Yeah, I mean, we're just starved for anything at this point. So even fan projects and everything, like the mapping project itself is super impressive. Like
Yeah.
the accuracy that they've been able to do through the leaks, and then also just the trailer and kind of like the areas of where they might fall in, that alone is super impressive. So taking this taking this example of the mod project working off of the mapping project is going to be super interesting to see nonetheless, as long as it gets the time of day once it actually releases and doesn't get taken down right away. Moving on to our next point here, Rockstar Games has just dropped its official Discord server out of the blue. That's right. Wildly, I think this was even just yesterday. Rockstar Games drops an official Discord server, and here it says, and among its various channels is one dedicated towards GTA 6, simply titled Grand Theft Auto 6. Thousands of fans have already joined this Discord server, and the channel in question is naturally one of the busiest at the moment. I mean, I went through for 2 seconds, and the amount of messages that were popping into that GTA 6 channel or whatever on the Discord was insane. I mean, it was just a bunch of people talking about when's trailer 2, what's going on, why is this happening now? And those are all really great questions, mind you, but they're just not going to get answered seemingly, I mean, hopefully soon, but as an official statement, I don't think we're going to get one at the very least until trailer 2 actually does come out. We'll see though.
Yeah, but it's actually really it's really interesting. If anything, you could finally see this, since it's the first official honestly, this is the first official movement, right? We have technically seen on anything, and it's Rockstar in general, but like you said, there is a channel titled GTA or Grand Theft Auto 6. So in a way, this is the only other official movement since that original trailer that could, we can have faith and be like, this could be the start of meaning that the marketing is going to begin soon. Everybody's at least going to hope so. But I mean, do you have information on when this was created?
Yeah. So first on up, let's go ahead and go through the famous Reddit post at this point saying, all right, guys and girls, there is now an official Rockstar Games Discord with a GTA 6 channel. It says, got this with the GTA Online weekly updates. Yes, it's official. It states that we're excited to announce Rockstar Games is now on Discord. We're inviting you and your followers/communities to be amongst the first to join the just launched official server. Connect with the community to team up with like-minded players, organize sessions through looking for game channels, catch the latest updates and announcements, and more. Of course, for us, the last part is the most important, right?
Yeah.
Catch the latest updates and announcements. So I'm betting the absolute second that they greenlight a trailer going public, some sort of post maybe happening on Twitter, these are all going to be linked directly, maybe by a community manager or maybe a mod through the Discord community, and they're going to go ahead and link them over on that GTA 6 channel, I would assume. And again, I hopped in the server just a little bit to kind of go ahead and see hey, what's going on? Is there anything posted as of yet? Sadly, no. Anything official anyways. But there is this section here. Basically, as you can see, I mean, it's very hard for us to see right here, and it's a little bit blurry. I do apologize. The screenshot was grabbed literally moments before the episode. But it says that this section of the Discord was made all the way back in August 7th of 2024. So that means that they've at the very least had this Discord since last year on August, and they've decided to push it out just now. I mean, I have a Discord like for my community, and it took me a while to make. Don't get me wrong, like a couple hours, but it didn't take me months. You know what I'm saying? I get it. They're more flushed out. Maybe they have to have more hardcore rule sets and build up their own moderator community within the Discord. But even then, something like this would only take maybe a week or two at most to officially build and launch out. So it looks like this was like on the back burner, and now they're releasing it because they're probably, like you were saying, are going to have some sort of marketing push now, and this is where they want to funnel a couple, if not most, of their fans so that they can be in the loop with everything going on with the Grand Theft Auto series.
Yeah, that's what it screams like to me. Like you said, creation of it. I mean, who knows how long it took them to really finish all the details, but at least it seems like it started to be created August of last year. Like you said, it wouldn't take months and months, you know. You probably hire a little handful of people to be able to potentially get this done in like a couple days. So yeah, that to me it kind of screams like they're anticipating the beginning of their marketing push, like you said, and let's get this out. Let's get people to join the server first, this Discord, and then maybe it means like we're on the cusp of some official announcements again. So hopefully within maybe weeks, month or two tops, we finally have something, and then I could see this becoming one of the most active Discord servers around. So this is exciting, man. This is exciting. That's at least some kind of movement. Like we said, it's been that meme of, with the stick, like just do something. And they did. This is something, we're, like we said, we're just kind of looking around for breadcrumbs, but this is a pretty big crumb right here. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I am as well, and I'm hoping that this does in fact lead to the big marketing push that we've all been hoping for trailer 2 to come just around the corner. And speaking of following the breadcrumbs, during yesterday's State of Play, Borderlands 4 got a release date. All right, now you may be thinking, well, this is GTA 6. Why the hell does this matter, right? Well, Borderlands 4 is under Take-Two Interactive. It's listed under one of their games. Actually, let me go ahead and pull up a previous slide that we just saw earlier in this video. This is their full slate of games that are supposedly releasing within this year or in the near future. Right below Grand Theft Auto 6, it says Borderlands 4. Calendar 2025. It was not confirmed until just yesterday during the Sony or PlayStation State of Play that Borderlands 4 will be coming out September 23rd, 2025. Now, you may be, again, why is this important? Well, Take-Two's boss insists that it won't release GTA 6 and Borderlands 4 close to each other. I take this to mean, one, they want to earn as much money from every game that they have, so they're not going to launch them and have them compete with each other, right? I think that's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
The way that I take this also, though, is you at the very least would want to give your games a 2-week gap, and that's at the minimum. I would say, personally, maybe give a game a month to live and breathe, and then you would release the other game, and that would be like, now from then on, anything goes. Like if it's a month and a half, I could see it releasing. 2 months, I could see it releasing. Currently, Grand Theft Auto 6 is slated for fall. September actually starts the fall cycle for this year. So I would say that September probably is not the time that Grand Theft Auto 6 would come out. At this point, it looks like we may have narrowed the release window now with the release date of Borderlands 4 being released. And more than likely, this is now an October to November release month for Grand Theft Auto 6. What are your thoughts on everything?
Yeah, because if you go back to that the one graphic, like you said, it states Borderlands 4. It says calendar 2025. It doesn't even also state fall. Mm-hmm. The only one that says fall is Grand Theft Auto 6. And yes, like you said, granted, September is the start of the fall, uh, like you said, with Borderlands now having that date, I'm thinking with them saying fall right here, like you said, it's more likely to be the October, but I'm leaning more even into November, just to give Borderlands 4 as much breathing room as possible, and that way, GTA 6 as well by itself becomes like the big holiday hit before Thanksgiving, before Black Friday, when everybody's out there shopping. uh Now you'll know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get every gamer that that you're gonna get them a game. You're gonna get them Grand Theft Auto 6. So as long as it's like within the first couple weeks of November, I think that's gonna be the sweet spot. Like you said, maybe very late October, first 2 weeks of November. I think that's the money right there.
And I think you bring up a really great point. Like, I didn't even think of that. We have Black Friday happening right after Thanksgiving in late November. So if you go ahead and have it like early November, man, that is going to be the
Yeah,
Christmas gift of the year, right? I
yeah,
mean, just initial sales are going to be through the roof. I'm sure they're going to even break the records of GTA 5, like we've touched on before. Sales numbers, copies sold, everything. But when it comes to Christmas sales, oh my God, I didn't even think of that. And for like bundles and stuff, right? Like I'm
yeah.
thinking,
System
okay, like
bundles.
PlayStation bundle comes with GTA, because more than likely we think PlayStation still has those marketing deals with Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
That is going to be a top seller for Christmas if that's the case, especially if there's a limited edition console, which who knows, there could be, there could not be. I haven't really seen too many of them since I think the last one I personally remember is like Cyberpunk having a limited edition Xbox or something, and
yeah.
The
I think
Last
so.
of
Yeah,
Us had a PlayStation 4 Pro.
yeah.
But other than that, like those are the last ones I remember having like a console exclusive version for a full on game. But console exclusives aside, like those consoles that are geared towards the game, the sales numbers on Christmas and Black Friday alone, this is going to be another top selling game in those numbers. Like it's going to be insane.
Yeah, and it would still be a popular holiday gift item, even let's say if Borderlands 4 didn't release this year and you gave the September to Grand Theft Auto 6. But I just think it fits it so much better if they are trying to capitalize on that, because from September to late November, when Black Friday does hit and the big holiday shopping starts, maybe everybody that was going to get the game already has it. They already had 2 months to get it. But if it just comes out within the first couple weeks of November, maybe 2 weeks on from release, a lot of the people, it still haven't gotten it yet. So it's gonna come to the forefront of a lot of shoppers' minds to either get it for themselves or to get it for somebody that they know is a huge gamer, because it's gonna be the game that everybody's talking about. So to really capitalize on Black Friday, it's probably more beneficial for it to actually release in November, so that not everybody has it already. It still can become that hot ticket, you know, um, holiday gift that everybody wants to get. So yeah, honestly, I think that's actually the best bet for it, and I'd be excited for that.
I've got a question though. I don't know if you're going to know the answer to this. For new releases on Black Friday, what is the discount? I mean, I remember seeing like a new version of a video game being like $5 off. But if a game is that recent, like I mean, I'm talking like, let's just say it's the beginning of November, it'll only be at most 3 weeks old. Is there even going to be a discount, or
No,
are they just counting like, hey, by this point we're getting our second shipment of Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming in. Like, are we
yeah,
going to get like a low supply of GTA 6 like physical copies? Like, what's happening here?
yeah. I don't think it'll actually be on sale. If anything, maybe $5 off. But
Hmm.
I think what it is that people use that time regardless to just buy the gifts, like a lot of the gifts that they're gonna get people for Christmas. So yeah, they might get other items that are on sale, but any gamer in your life, regardless, you're gonna get them the Grand Theft Auto 6, even if it's full price. So I think to capitalize on, the fact that everybody's out there just Christmas shopping in general, that's a good time to release, so that you're at the forefront of pretty much anybody that's a gamer. 'Cause like I said, if you come out September, um, maybe 2 months later, anybody that was that a gamer in your life, if it's not even you specifically, you're gonna think, oh, either they already did buy it, or I'm sure they already have it by now. So let me look at what the actual sales are. Whereas if it's just a hot new game that came out maybe max 2 weeks before that, you're like, you know what? I don't think they have it yet, or whatever. It could it'll make it the really hot Christmas item to get when people are just out shopping in general. They'll save on their TVs, and maybe there's what could potentially help it is that there could be a sale on the PS5, like a standard PS5, whereas the money that you're saving there, maybe if it drops 50-60 bucks, whoa, now that's 50-60 bucks that in a way you can think in your head, I'm saving that now is put towards also the purchase of GTA 6 at the same time. So you kind of made your own little bundle that was, $50-60 cheaper off of if you went to go buy a PS5 right now or in September. If you waited, it just became that much cheaper. So maybe the game itself is not going to have a sale, but it'll make it the hot item people are going to grab.
And then this one's kind of on the topic that we were just touching on before. Do you think that this game will get a console for its own as like a limited edition console, or do you think we're only going to get like special edition, deluxe edition, collector's edition, and the like?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get an actual console with like it has like GTA 6 graphics on it for like a PS5. Even if they have the marketing thing, I think that's strictly to games that they own the complete IP of. I don't know if I've ever seen a third party. Well, no, because you did bring up Cyberpunk, and if I remember correctly, Cyberpunk released on all platforms, PC,
Yep.
PS5, and Xbox, but it had an Xbox, so there is a possibility if PlayStation, of course, really wants to make sure they chokehold the community to make sure they grab their version of the game, then they would be smart to then produce their own version with their own GTA 6 graphics on the system. But even if it's something as simple as like a controller, because controllers, you see those custom controllers come out, like those are a lot easier to make than a full on system. Maybe even if it's just something as simple as a controller that maybe is on PlayStation, but Xbox doesn't offer a controller, that could still have people be like, well, then let me get let me get it on the PlayStation because I can at least get a custom controller. But I mean, yeah, man, I think if there's a game that's third party, but you have the marketing exclusivity of, I think this is the one you're going to want to capitalize to make sure you put out a custom system,
And they'll sell out for sure. There's no way that these are going to be left on the shelves or anything like that. This would definitely be a literal console seller. I mean, when you're talking about like maybe a custom controller, I can see it right now. You could have just an all-white DualShock controller, palm tree, Rockstar logo on the like handles. Boom. That's selling out too. I just don't see anything GTA 6 not selling out. Even to a degree, if they don't ship out, like I was kind of hinting at before, if they don't ship out a lot of physical copies, because a lot of people are digital only, some people own an Xbox Series S or maybe the PlayStation that doesn't even have a disc drive anymore, so they go literally only digital on sales. If people are wanting to pick this game up physical, there could actually be a shortage of physical copies, all things considered, especially since most of the gamers are going out and getting digital copies nowadays. Like, you might just be picking up a code.
But yeah, like you said, it could be the first batch sells out really quickly, and that second batch might come around that time of Black Friday, which would also make it a hot ticket item then. So yeah, anybody that's physical only, I would really make sure you're on that like day one to try to secure your copy.
Especially for any possible deluxe and plus editions that are coming up. I mean, the second that you are seeing a trailer advertise a deluxe edition, you better hop on a browser, Google Chrome, Firefox, use your Internet Explorer, whatever you can get your hands on your phone, your laptop, whatever's near you, and you pre-order whatever version you're trying to get. For those of you that don't know, a lot of these places don't actually have you pay the full amount at the start, so you could at least save up the money even if you don't have it. And I would definitely recommend pre-ordering a special edition, even if you're thinking about getting a special edition, because it's worse when you're like, oh, I don't want it, and then you get it, or you want to get it, and now it's sold out everywhere, and you can't, and you're fighting for your life just to try and find one more copy. Then you got to pay, triple the price on some scalpers to sell it to you? No. You pre-order it, and if you ever decide it's like up to like the week of release, right? If you ever decide you don't want it, you just drop the pre-order, and it's as simple as that. You don't pay anything like crazy, like the time that you add it to your cart. So I would definitely recommend you guys doing that if you guys are listening and you are wanting one of those deluxe editions, collector's editions, or even thinking about it.
I didn't get one for the GTA 5, but even that one, and that was back, years ago. When it wasn't as much of a fear where you're like, oh my god, I have to pre-order day one, but that sold out right away as well, and that was that was years ago now, like over a decade ago. Nowadays, like literally the day of, like you said, the second of that you see the announcement trailer or a post, you have to go you have to go and try to get one. Hopefully it's on one of those, like you said, where you don't really have to pay up front. Like maybe like an Amazon or some retailer or GameStop also doesn't charge you up front anymore. So they'll try to secure it in those locations, and you have time to come up with the money. So, yep.
Yeah, just try to make sure to read like how the pre-ordering works wherever the pre-ordering is, and then just make sure that that's the case, and then go ahead and hit the pre-order. I mean, nowadays the climate is 10 years ago. It's so much more different. Now you have people who are literally scalping, like scalper prices for anything when it comes to like niche stuff, limited quantity stuff and stuff like that. And then there are also bots nowadays. I mean, 10 years ago, I don't know about you, I don't remember bots, buying every single copy of a like collector's edition. Or I know for people in the shoe, like they're really interested in the hype shoes or hype merch and stuff, bots always buy out all that stuff, and then they scalp it later on eBay and stuff for like double, triple the price. So I don't remember that a lot back in the day. Right now it's way more rampant.
Plus, if you're waiting for to pay the scalper prices, it's probably going to be even more than 2 or 3 times, because it's GTA 6. This is the most anticipated game that I can remember. Everything right now that gets announced, they're like, wow, I can't, it's like that meme, wow, I can't believe we're getting this before GTA 6. Everything that comes out nowadays is like, wow, I can't believe this happened before GTA 6.
I think even for the Discord, I saw that. It was like a top comment on the Reddit, a post that I showed you. It was like, wow, we got a GTA 6 Discord before GTA 6. I'm like, oh my god. I mean, they're not wrong.
So this deluxe or collector's edition specifically, it's honestly like the moment you secure it, it's probably the value of it already shot up like 3 or 4 times. Just secure your copy, let other people have a chance, because this is gonna be, this is a game where we all want to have the best version of it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I asked, what are you gonna get it on for the PlayStation or Xbox?
Just Xbox for me. I have all my friends on there. I love the PlayStation whenever I get to use it, because I use it for console exclusives.
Yeah.
And it runs great. I love it. It's a lot of fun to use. Just the problem is my friends are all on Xbox. So with GTA in particular, online being one of the staple things that keep you hooked after the story, like there's just no way that I'm going to be picking up a PlayStation copy almost at all. I mean, I'm sure it's going to look fantastic. I'm sure it's going to look great. But for me, it's more like, hey, my friends are on here. I want to play online. And I'm really curious how the early online is going to be, considering that GTA 5 was a terrible launch. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even load into the servers. There was only like 3 missions or 4 missions. Like it was crazy. But either way, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to play it with friends. So I'm definitely going to be on Xbox. I'm wondering if they'll fight for like the little DLCs. I'm wondering if retailers will fight for that. Like we've seen, like I think for the last time I saw this, I believe I could be wrong here, was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I believe like Best Buy had like a really cool hardcover, like what are they called? The hard cases for the game
Oh
instead
yeah,
of the actual
steelbooks.
game case. The steelbooks. There we go. And then like if you bought it or if you pre-ordered it from anywhere, you got like a little mogul DLC or the what are they called? The little white fairy things with the
Yeah,
red pom poms on their head.
yeah,
And then you can get like a certain summon if you pre-ordered from like GameStop and stuff like that. I wonder if retailers will fight for that for GTA. I would assume they would, right? If
yeah.
there's any DLC, like even if it's just like Los Santos T-shirt or something like that, a Vice City T-shirt in the game to wear, like anything is no holds barred probably for a retailer to sell extra copies at their location.
Oh, for sure. You know, the right now, this moment, they're going to be fighting tooth and nail to secure something exclusive. Because I mean, you want to try to have as many eyeballs as you can go to your business, you know, instead of another one, and that's going to be the hottest entertainment property, not just the hottest game. It's going to be the biggest release of all time, movie, game. Like nothing will compare. It's gonna. I truly believe it's gonna set all the records for an entertainment release of all time. So it's gonna be something. And if it is this year, it's gonna be one heck of a ending of the year.
Yep. And Jerry, is there anything that you wanted to touch on before we went ahead and let the episode go for today?
No, I think we're good for today. Hopefully, it's not another 2 months before we come back.
Yeah.
And as well, hopefully that next episode, episode 6 next time, finally has some more concrete, information, official news. So I'm just crossing my fingers for that. But no, for this episode, I think we're good.
Awesome, Jerry. The floor is yours. Let them know where they can find you.
All socials here, as you see on the screen, just at Discovering Pandora. And yeah, just Discovering Pandora across all socials.
And of course, I'm your host at Somehotcookies. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and of course, you can catch this episode on Spotify if you are partial more to that platform, or you just want to check out the audio-only version over there. Totally possible. But that's enough from us for today. And from me and Jerry, we hope to catch you guys next time. Peace.
Later.